Good day everyone, welcome. I trust that this is a much needed topic and I will show how to do factorization if you are really struggling with factorization. So if you get to this point where you need to factorize any expression. So for example, you must factorize the expression f of x is equal to negative x cubed plus 6x squared minus 9x, but you do not have the faintest idea how to factorize any expression for that matter. You can use your calculator to aid you to be able to do factorization without any difficulty. So the first thing that we do, we set up our calculator, we go to setup and we choose the table method. This is now if you have the Casio FX82ZA Plus calculator, this is what you will do. We'll start typing in the equation, the expression, and you say alpha x. But now you see there's a negative. Make sure that you do not forget to put your signs in. So this is x cubed. So you'll use the button that has an exponent that is a variable exponent, and you will then press out. Then you will say plus 6 alpha x, but this one is squared, minus 9 alpha x plus 4. Now that the equation is typed in, you need to select, and sometimes there's another function that you have to add, and you can see where the functions will meet each other, where they will be equal. You need to select a range where to start and where to stop. So my range that I normally work with is I work from negative 5 and I will end at positive 5. And then I will do it in steps of 1, and every time I press equal to say enter, this is my information that I want. So now I press equal, and the calculator will generate a list of values that if I have to plot this graph, I can easily plot this graph. So when I get to 0, I've got a positive 4, which means when x is 0 and I have a positive 4, then it means the graph will intersect the y-axis at positive 4. Remember, this is a negative graph, so the tendency of this graph, it will start on top and then it will go up again, and then it will continue going down. Alternatively, this graph can also do the following shape. Now it's important for me to note that when I work with this graph and I get to this point, I see at 1, positive 1 on the Cartesian plane, I will have a 0. So that means that is one of the factors. So that 1 could potentially be there, or the 1 could be potentially over there. I don't know yet. I must find out. If I go further, I see at 2 it is 2, at 4 it is 4, then at positive 4 on the x-axis, it will cut again. So that will potentially be either there, or it will be there where it cuts the x-axis, depending on the information that I have. It could potentially also be over there. I do not know where it is yet. I must still ascertain that. So I've got 2 factors that were given. It said the one solution was 1 and the other solution was 4. And I will check if I've got another solution. When I get to positive 5, I see there's no more solutions. So now I need to work with those 2 answers that I got. So the one answer says x is equal to 1. I need to understand the steps that happened before this. The step before this was x minus 1 is equal to 0. So the factor was x minus 1. If I have x is equal to 4, Then the step before that was x minus 4 is equal to 0, and the factor was x minus 4. Now I have two of the potential factors, so I say f of x is equal to x minus 1 into x minus 4, and I need another factor. Now clearly if I have a negative x, one of the x's needs to be negative, and x multiplied by x multiplied by x will give me a negative if I multiply the third one by a negative value. Now I need to find the solution for the last one. I've got a negative multiplied by a positive will give me a positive. 1 multiplied by 4 is 4. I need to have a 4 as my d value. So 4 multiplied with what will give me 4 again. 4 multiplied by 1 will give me 4 as a result. So my factors are x minus 1, x minus 4, minus x plus 1. Notice at this stage here is the same value. X will be equal to positive 1 here also, because if I say negative x plus 1 is equal to 0, negative x is equal to negative 1, that means x is equal to 1, and I have x is equal to 1 over here, and I have x is equal to 4. So when I plot my values, x is equal to 1 will be over here. So this value over here will be x is equal to 1, and there x will be equal to 4. So it will have a turning point or a stationary point at that point of the graph, and that will be the 4 where it cuts the y-axis. If I had a different calculator, my information would be so much easier to achieve. So I go to mode or setup. This is if I have the Casio FX 991 ZA Plus calculator. So this calculator has got different things. It gives me table the same like the Casio FX82 ZA Plus calculator, but it has a slightly different effect as well. It's got an equation. So we choose 5. Is it a linear equation? Is it a quadratic equation? Or is it a cubic equation? We choose the cubic one, which is 4. So now all we do is a is negative 1, so we type in negative 1 equal, what is our b value? Positive 6 equal, what is our c value? Negative 9 equal, and what is our d value? It is positive 4 equal. Now that I've typed in the values, the calculator will generate the answers for me, and I will find that my one coordinate that it has there is positive 4. My x1 is positive 4. Then my x2 is 1, and it does not give me another answer. So in this instance, the calculator gave me 2 of my factors that I work with, and that is x minus 4 and x minus 1. It did not give me the last factor, so I need to calculate my last factor. I know that x multiplied by x is x squared. I need negative x cubed, so I multiply with negative x. Then negative 4 multiplied with negative 1 will give me positive 4. I need to get a number here that I will multiply with to give me positive 4. What must I multiply with positive 4 to get positive 4? I must multiply with positive 1. So there are all my factors. X is equal to 4, x is equal to 1, or x is equal to 1. So I'll have a stationary point at 1. So at 1, I will have a stationary point, and at 4, I will have my other intercept. My D value is my y-intercept, and I have 4. Right, so when I look at my calculator and I need to find the expression or the factors of a quadratic equation, I will firstly take the coefficients of x squared and x. If there are no values in front, I will put my invisible 1 in front. Now I will go to my mode, choose equation, which is 5. It's a quadratic equation, so I will choose 3. Now I need to type in my a value. My a value is 1. I press equal. Then my b value, which is minus 1, and I press equal. And my c value is negative 6, and I press equal. Now the calculator will display values for me. It will say my x value, x1 is 3, and my x2 is equal to minus 2. I go further, and the calculator will even display to me my turning point, my minimum value, the x value for my minimum value, and it will display my corresponding y value. So my turning point will also be displayed on this particular calculator as a half and negative 25 over 4, which is negative 6¼ That will also be displayed by the calculator for me, that I do not have to calculate. So if you use a scientific calculator, it can really stand you in good stead, but you need to practice to use it. Otherwise it's going to be very redundant in its functionality for you. Right, thank you for watching this video. If you liked it, please tell your friends. If you loved it, tell everyone. I will see you in the next video. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on your notifications to be notified when a new video is uploaded. Please share if you found this useful. Thank you very much, and goodbye.